Mic check, mic check, mic check. There we go. Yeah. What's good with you guys today, man? I'm not gonna bother to come up with a brilliant intro like I always do, but we just gonna start off formally by welcoming you guys to the live chat. You know what I mean? I go by Lakim Golden, aka Golden Gramz Productions. A pleasure to be here every single Sunday that we do this. A pleasure to build and be a part of the independent musician community, period. You know what I mean? So much to cover, so much to cover. Everybody's coming in, you know what I mean? Dolo, what's good with you? Flames, what's good with you? Molly Ma, what's good with you, man? Carell, what's good with you? Matt, what's good with you? Make sure you guys share this video, man. You know, very, very important topic today. Every topic is important. Have you guys noticed yourselves approaching your music career differently as you've been coming to these live chats? That's the one question I want to know. You know, because I want to be helpful. I don't just want to be on here talking and it's not helping you guys. So that's my main concern. Is this therapeutic? Is this helpful for you guys' career? I'm pretty sure you will notice that you're approaching your careers very differently since attending these live chats. You know, I said it would happen as well. I said that you will start to see people move in a way that you don't want to move in no more. You know what I mean? You'll start to see people move, dropping all kinds of music without a plan, or you'll start to see people recording everywhere and anywhere, and you just ain't with it no more. You know what I mean? That's what growth is. And that's what we're trying to do with this career of yours, of everybody's here. I want you guys to grow as musicians. So should it ever get to the point where these live chats are not beneficial or you're not learning anything, let me know, and let me know that I need to go harder and find new information or get better at the information that I'm prescribing to you guys so we can make some progress. That's what it's all about. We ain't just here to chill. You know what I mean? We're not just here to chill and talk about whatever we're going to talk about without it being beneficial to your careers. You feel me? So with that being said, man, let's get started for the day. What's good with you guys, man? Miss Ruff, how you doing? Tori, what's good with you? Sky, what's good with you? Sky, did you get that beat that I sent you? Yo, I sent you that beat that that I sent to your email. I sent you the full version to see what's up with it, you know? Shaquille, what's good with you? Johnson, what's good with you, bro? Mo, what's good with you? Become a better recording artist. So press 1 if you're an artist in here right now, man. You know what I mean? Press 1. It's no secret. You know what I mean? Y'all can come on out. Make sure that you're engaged. You know what I mean? Make sure you're engaged because this is important. This is very important. My voice is going out too. So by the way, press 1 if you are a artist. You know what I mean? Press 1 if you're an artist. I'm about to show y'all something. Man. All right. Sky says Sky artist. Am I pronouncing that right? Sky bottle. Is Sky right? Or SK? I say Sky. I'm gonna just say Sky. You know what I mean? I got nicknames for everybody. That's just what we do. You know what I mean? Lewis, what's good with you? Okay. Dolo said yeah. Mo's good with you, man. Mo said yeah. Okay, gotcha. I got you. Sosa, what's good with you? Okay, we got some artists in here. Ty said he's an artist. What's up with you, Ty? How you doing, man? No doubt. That may be a brand opportunity. You may need to change the sky. You never know. You know, this just speaking from a realistic standpoint. If everybody's giving you that name, Sabana, what's good with you? Okay, we got some artists in here, man. You know what I mean? Now press 2. Here's the kicker. Press 2 if you think you are a professional recording artist. I don't mean career-wise, but press 2 if you feel that you can record, if you are a professional recording artist, or press 3 if you feel like you could be better. Press 2 if you are a professional recording artist, or press 3 if you feel like you could be better. You know what I mean? Let me break it down for you guys, man. It's a difference between just being an artist, because as an artist, yeah, you make music and all. You know what I mean? You go to the studio and you get songs done. I don't know. You may take 3 hours, 2 hours to do one song. You may you may get them done quick. I don't know. But being a recording artist, Once you realize what a recording artist does and what a recording artist needs to work on or focus on, your music will become so much better. So much better. You know what I mean? Recording artists, I'm really fired with my craft. Just need to produce more. Thanks to you, bro, and the advice post on YouTube. I try to learn. Ty, appreciate that to the fullest, man. It's much love, bro. That's why I do it for you guys. You know what I mean? I do it for you guys just because I want the independent music community to level up. And I want you guys to really eat because I know it's possible. You know what I mean? I practice what I preach and I'm living it as well. So, you know, it's possible for you to get out here and do your thing with this music. So I'm going to keep on putting up content as much as it takes to make everybody in here who attend these live chats get to another level. You know what I mean? But recording artists live the job of recording artists is in the studio. You know what I mean? Me having a studio myself, a lot of artists come through here, and I noticed that a lot of people don't know how to record. Your music is fire. You got fire songs. You can actually have a few hits on your hand, but you don't know how to properly record them. You know what I mean? And a lot of that comes from this whole one take shorty thing. People, not even that. Some people feel like you got to go all the way through, or some people feel like you don't, you know what I mean? You're not supposed to mess up, or else you got to start all the way over again. You know what I mean? We used to do that back with sound record. When, you know, I started rapping first. I don't rap anymore, but I started off rapping. And it's funny that a lot of artists are doing it the way that we used to do it back in the day. We used to start, you had to spit your whole verse without messing up on sound record, or else you had to start all the way from the jump. You know what I mean? And once you got that verse done, then you go to your ad libs, but you couldn't mess those up because you had to start all the way back over from the jump. That's just how we had to do it. We didn't have Pro Tools. It was just sound record, one track recording. You couldn't punch in and you couldn't do anything. So now when you move into studios that have Pro Tools systems or professional recording equipment, you need to know that there's a proper way to record, and there's a proper way for you to be a recording artist, not just a music artist. You got a couple of different job titles going on. You know what I mean? Being a recording artist means that you know how to make hits. You feel me? Everybody makes music. Some people make records, but making hits, yo. One of your favorite songs or whatever song is like #1 on the charts right now, if you pay attention to the instrumentation, that's one thing, but the vocals of the artist, you know what I mean? The vocals of the artist, you'll notice they're not off key. You know what I mean? They're not running off. They're not off beat. They're not trying to catch up because they're trying to catch their breaths. There aren't many breaths in between the records. You feel what I'm saying? If you catch what I'm getting at, press 1. I got to keep you guys engaged. So it's going to be a lot of press 1. It's going to be a lot of number pressing going on. You know what I mean? You got to know how to properly record the song, yo. You feel me? So what we're going to do today is we're going to go over a couple of techniques that you can apply the next time that you're in the studio to make sure that your song actually stands a chance. You feel me? And I get it. A lot of people love doing the one take thing, and a lot of people love showing that they're a brilliant rapper or a brilliant whatever singer. I don't know, but excuse me, you got to separate that from your career, because truth be told, I never stopped to think one time of any song that I was listening to, besides the ones that I record. Oh, when did they punch in? Or when did they have to stop and take a breath and start recording again? Or when did they do those ad libs like this? It's all just one song. Your fans don't care how you made the song, bro. So one take is honestly not a good idea when you're trying to make a hit record, yo. You know what I mean? When you're trying to make a hit record, it's about being productive and it's about being optimized. You feel what I'm saying? You got to optimize your efforts. So you breathing, catching an asthma attack all over the track. Name 2-3 songs that ever like really went in or got to the top of the charts like that these days. You feel me? You just won't catch it, bro. You won't catch songs with flaws or that weren't carefully produced making it to the top charts. You feel what I'm saying? People have gotten used to hearing dope music, bro. People have gotten very used to hearing dope music. So for you to come in and say that you don't have to properly record, you don't have to know how close you need to be to the microphone. You don't have to project your voice. You don't have to do your ad libs in between your bars and not on top of them. So it's a big mess. You feel what I'm saying? There's so many different aspects of being a recording artist. It's much more than just going in the studio, rapping what you got on the paper and thinking, oh, you know what I mean? I can get away with it because it's me. Nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares. I say this all the time. They're not looking for the next big artist. You got to take them by storm. You know what I mean? You got to take them by storm, and your first impression is everything. So your music needs to be up to par. Make sure you guys share this video if you haven't shared it already. You know what I mean? Make sure you share this video if you haven't shared it already. You know what I mean? Young Swerve, what's good with you? Shrimpson, what's good with you? I feel I had better tools. I just got a laptop, so my quality. You need an interface, bro. All you need is an interface. Look up Focusrite Scarlets. Look up a Focusrite Scarlet. Those are pretty decent for you to get a decent recording. You know what I mean? Let's see what we got. Let's see. I'm gonna go back and read some of your comments. And by the way, don't let me just talk your heads off. If you got questions, make sure you ask those questions. You know what I mean? Make sure you ask those questions. Dropping trenches to the riches. Word. You already know, man. You already know. I'm ready for that too, bro. I'm ready for that. That's what I need to get the right engineer. Engineers make a big difference too. My song, No Money, still needs work, but it's hard to find the right engineer. You already know one, bro. You already know one. You just got to get it recorded properly. You know what I mean? Bro, I already released a hit song, but it ain't spreading the right way. What methods are you taking for promotion, bro? How are you getting it out to the people? I take at least 5 takes and choose the best parts from each. That's how you're supposed to do it. That's actually called comping. You know what I mean? That's called comping. Let's start there. Let's start there, Sabana. That's a good point. So when you're recording your records, right? I noticed that the majority of you guys, you will speed through a record and you won't fix your mess ups. You know what I mean? You don't fix your mess ups, or you don't fix the parts that you kind of stumbled on, you fumbled, or you didn't get the word out clearly. First and foremost, when you're recording records, clarity is everything. You got to make sure people can understand what's going on, that they can understand what you're saying. You feel me? Oh, 1 second. Okay, there we go. We back on. You got to make sure that people can understand what you're saying. So here's a method called comping. You feel me? Record your verse and go back over it and re-record those parts that sound kind of messed up. Or matter of fact, if you got time in the studio, you can record multiple takes of your verse. And what you do from there is you choose the best parts from each take and you composite, you know what I mean? Or you comprise a full verse that sounds flawless. You feel me? Very, very professional technique, and it doesn't even take long. It doesn't take long to do. As long as you're dealing with the right engineer, it shouldn't take very long to do, but it beats you going in one take and not getting your music to a professional quality. You stumbling over your words. You think people don't hear that? You think we don't hear when you stumble over your words? Or you think we don't hear when you mispronounce something? You know what I mean? When you running out of breath, when you steady trying to catch up with the beat, you can't stay on beat. People notice, bro. People notice. That's not what you don't want to put your music out like that. You don't want to put your music out like that, and you don't want people thinking that that's how all of your songs are going to sound. You feel me? When I hear artists music and it doesn't sound good and they're telling me, oh, I got other stuff, I automatically assume that the rest of your stuff sounds like this too. You know what I mean? I automatically off rip assume that the rest of your music is unprofessional as well. You know what I mean? Recording artists. You got to be a better recording artist. You got to know how to record. You're not meant to record your whole verse and everything in one take and not take a break. Let's go ahead and turn that Wi-Fi on. I think I'm losing connection. Can you guys see me? Let me know. Excuse me. Let me know if you can see me. Let me know if you can see me. My Wi-Fi is kind of acting crazy, so let me. I had to reset it just now. Let me know if you guys can see me over there. And I'm not paying attention to YouTube. Apologies, guys. I believe you can. It seems like it. It seems like it. But it's much bigger. It's much bigger than your pride. You know what I mean? I feel like most people do that because of some type of pride in being a artist, you feel me, or a pride in being a rapper, I'm always urging artists. I'm like, hey, you gonna punch that in? You gonna fix, you know what I mean, you gonna fix that part? They like, no, one take. Nobody cares, bro. They care that it sounds bad. You feel what I'm saying? But come on, man. You don't hear any artist that's in a major situation, their music is always on point, bro. You know what I mean? If they're off beat, it's strategically. It's not because they don't know how to catch the beat. They're doing it strategically. But some of you guys just rush through because you're trying to get 5 songs done in 1 hour. You're trying to get 6 songs done in 1 hour. Come on, bro. Do you listen to your music after you leave the studio? You record 7 songs in 1 hour. Do you listen to all 7? You feel what I'm saying? Like, you got to put more time into yourself, and you got to realize that you just can't rush everything, bro. You can't rush everything. I feel like the most underlying factor of that is the fact that people try to rush. You want to rush to get that mixtape out. You want to rush to get that single out. You want to rush to get the video done. You want to rush to do everything except make good music. You feel me? You want to rush to do everything except make good music. Pace yourself, yo. Pace yourself. If you mess up on your verse, do what they call a punch in. Take notes. It's called punching in. You go back to that part that you messed up on, you cut it out, and you re-record over it, and you replace it with a better performance. You know what I mean? You do that for everything that you mess up on in your verse, everything that you mess up on in your verse, you need to be punching in. You need to be comping. You need to be doing second takes so your engineer can have something to work with. You know what I mean? Like all of that trying to get 6 songs done in an hour, they got to cut out, yo. It got to cut out because one good song is better than 10 terrible songs. One good song is better than 10 terrible songs. I can tell you by what I see. You know what I mean? You see an artist who just can't get plays on Facebook. They can't get anybody to really listen to their music. They barely get past like 1,000 views. Oh, matter of fact, they barely get past 100 views. I've seen artists who struggle to get 100 views. It's because nobody's listening long enough, bro. You know what I mean? Nobody's listening long enough. The algorithm says that if somebody listens to your song a longer amount of time, Facebook is going to show it to other people. You know? So you telling me you have thousands of friends, but you can only accumulate 100 views. It's because nobody wants to hear what you're putting out. You got to make the quality of your music better. And it starts with your performance. You know what I mean? It starts with your performance. You can go to the best studio that you want, but if you don't bring the quality of approach or performance to the record, it doesn't matter. Nobody wants to listen. Or you're going to become a meme. You know what I mean? I don't think you don't want to get famous by becoming a meme, do you? You see what happens to memes. They're just for the moment. They trend, and then people are on to the next thing. You feel me? So with that being said, man, I know I'm being real repetitive with the whole, you feel me, man? I'm working on that. I just hope that you guys are taking in the knowledge. Become better recording artists. Become better recording artists. I just want to see if you guys know where I'm at with it. Press 1 if you know what punching in means. You know what I mean? You don't got to explain what it means, but press 1 if you know what it means to punch in on a record, or if you want to punch in on your verse. You know what I mean? I gotta make sure you guys are ready for what I'm trying to give to you. You know what I mean? Press 1 if you know what punching in on your verse means. And also press, let me see. To be honest, the quality of my music is at par with today's stand-up, but still can't gather views. Okay, well, see, Sabana, here's the thing. If that's the case, if your music is up to par, then you just lack the traffic. You know what I mean? You just lack the traffic. And I understand that. I've heard your music. You're definitely on par. You definitely up to par. You've done your research. You know what I mean? You just lack the traffic, and you have to gather your traffic sources so you can get people's eyes on it. You know what I mean? We'll talk about that. It's so many more live chats to go. We do this every Sunday. You already know that though, bro. But I'm just saying, so much to cover. We gonna get you to that level. You know what I mean? So everybody knows what punching in is. Everybody knows what punching in is. Say yes if you use it. Type yes if you use the punch method, and type no if you don't, and tell me why. Tell me why you don't. If you use the punch in method, press yes. And I don't mean because an engineer tells you to do so. I mean because you honestly believe, yo, I need to do that over. You know what I mean? I need to redo that. I need to say that part clearer. I need to be more involved in what my music is in what I'm putting down. Press yes if you punch in, and say no. I said press yes. Say yes if you punch in, and say no if you don't, and tell me why if you don't. Okay. No, I'd like to though. Well, Trimson, tell me why. You know what I mean? Tell me why. And also tell me, do you realize that your competition is not anybody who's in this room? You feel what I'm saying? Your competition when it comes to this music industry is not anybody who's in this room. You feel what I'm saying? If anything, you guys are comrades. But let me tell you who your competition is. Your competition is every mainstream artist that's on the radio right now, every mainstream artist with thousands of fans, millions of people who know who they are, every mainstream artist who's getting millions on YouTube right now, every mainstream artist who has a fan base. That's your competition. You feel me? That's your competition. And since they are your competition, you need to approach your music career the same way that they are, if not better. You got to take time on your music. Oh yeah. Me though, I definitely do, bro. I definitely do. You know, I'm working. I've been learning to play guitar lately, so you know, I'm incorporating a lot of guitar in what I'm doing. Lately, and I gotta perfect it first. You know what I mean? I just dropped one, but I gotta perfect it before I start putting them out. I gotta make sure that guitar is crispy. You know what I mean? I gotta make sure that's crispy. Okay. I can get a breathe in between my verses as well as make things sound clear. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You know, you're going to breathe. You got to breathe. You know what I mean? You got to breathe. But I find it that some artists will catch too much breath and then got to catch up with the verse, and they don't go back and fix that. That's like one of the that's not a pet peeve of mine, but as a producer, it kind of is, because I'm thinking we in here making good music, but when I hear things that don't equal up to good music, it bothers me. You know what I mean? It bothers me because that's my profession. I love making good music. I don't want anybody in the studio with me that's playing, you know what I mean, that ain't trying to build a career, that just want to do something for the moment. I don't want that. But you know, business is business. But at the same time, the artists that I feel like can make it, I would like for you guys to pay better attention to what you're doing in the studio. You know what I mean? And that's why we having this conversation today. I want you guys to win. So if you want to win, we got to beat the competition. And our competition is the mainstream industry. Our competition are the people who are mainstream, or the people who are mainstream underground too. You feel what I'm saying? So we got to be on par. We got to be up to par. And our music has to be recorded properly, if not better. You know what I mean? It has to be recorded up to par or on par, if not better, with theirs. Punch in your tracks, yo. Punch in. You can do the one take if you like, but after you do that, go back over your verse and make sure every part sounds amazing. Go back over your verse and make sure every part sounds amazing. You know what I mean? If you catch a part where you stumble a little bit, I don't care if it's this much stumble. I don't need to hear none of that. I don't need to hear none of that. You know what I mean? I don't need to hear this much stumble in your verses. Fix everything. Because guess what? That one song that you take your time on, it'll end up being the one that'll take you out of here. And then you got 100 other songs that you didn't go and fix up. Ain't nobody paying those no attention. But you got that one jump that you paid attention to. So why not do that with all of them? Why not record every song and go back and fix them and make sure they're presentable? You feel what I'm saying? If it don't sound fire, I have to fix it. Exactly. And I know everybody knows, you know, when you mess up, and I get it. I know why you do that sometimes. If you're on an hour with studio time, you may want to say, yo, let me just speed through and try to get something out there. Don't do that. If you got an hour of studio time and you have 20 minutes left, don't go to a new song, bro. If it's not fixed, fix this one. Use that 20 minutes on your current song. Why would you get 75% done with one song, right? 75% done with one song, then you're going to get 10% done with another one, but they both finish. You feel what I'm saying? You got a 75% completed first song and a 10% completed second song, but they both finish. What are you saying? What are you saying? You telling me you didn't even put the right ad libs in the right place? You didn't analyze it. You didn't go and fix up any of your stumbles. You didn't get the engineer to take out some of those aggressive breaths. You don't got a song, bro. You got to record it. You know what I mean? You got a rough mix. You got rough drafts. It's so many rough drafts out here being marketed as finished products. We don't need that, bro. We don't need that. You know what I mean? I can tell it as soon as I hear it now. You didn't get it mixed. You didn't let the engineer take time to mix it. You know what I mean? This is real life here. It's real life and it's your career. So why give 20% when you could give 100% on one song and get a hit? Sometimes it takes me 20 takes just to get it one. Hey, if that's what it takes, bro, if that's what it takes, so be it. You know what I mean? But it pays off. It pays off, bro. I don't have the money. So Johnson, where do you record, bro? No, I usually don't hear my mess ups till after I listen. No doubt. But Dolo, you already know how we do, bro. You know what I mean? I listen to just to make sure that we on par or to make sure that we on track. You know what I mean? Because the place I do music has a ton of noise and it's hard to get the same sound on my engineer recording. That kid steals my headphones every other day. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy, Tristan. You might want to find another studio, bro. Just being honest, you know what I mean? If it's an uncomfortable setting and if it feels rushed, you got to find a different studio, bro. The industry is competition. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Save some money and make a home recorded studio. Yeah. Who said that? Johnson, you got to save money and invest in a home studio, bro. $200, $300 will get you the basics. You know what I mean? I can give you the link, bro. I can give you the link. I can show you exactly what you need to get. Weekend Sunday if available. I got you, bro. I got you. Molly Mar, I got you. I'm gonna hit you up about that, bro. I'm gonna hit you up about it. Let's see. I got 98% to fix. No cap. No doubt. You know what I mean? But it's okay to be honest. You know what I mean? It's okay for us to be honest with ourselves and say we didn't do a good job the first time around. You feel what I'm saying? 1 second. I think I'm losing connection or something. Can you guys see me? I can't see anything right now. Okay. I think we straight. We cool. Yeah, we good. It's okay to be honest with yourselves and admit that you messed up, bro. You know what I mean? We try to avoid that all the time. We try to avoid the fact that we messed up. We try to avoid the fact that we didn't get a perfect take. We try to avoid the fact that I don't know what it is, to be honest, other than those reasons. My camera stopped. I don't know what the reason is that you wouldn't go back and fix up besides studio time. But an hour is more than enough time for you to get what you need done with one song. An hour is more than enough time. You feel me? And if that's the case, if you feel like you can't get it done in an hour with one song, then check this out. This is what you do. You invest in a home recording setup and you send your music out to get mixed and mastered. You know what I mean? That's the most effective, but only if you're going to make sure that your quality is up to par. You feel what I'm saying? Only if you're going to do that. So if you're not going to do that, then go to the studio. You got to go to the studio. You know what I mean? Yeah, defiantly. Yeah, Trips, you got to find somewhere else to record, bro. You got to find somewhere else to record, man. Like, we can't have that. We don't do doubles and we punch. You feel me? You feel me? Screen froze out. What did you say? Molly Ma, what part did you left off on? What part did it leave off on? You always put me on point. You already know, bro. That's how we got to do it, man. You know what I mean? That's how we got to do it. As I tell all of my clients, bro, whether you buy beats from me or whether you record with me, mix and master, I'm all about making good music, bro. You know what I mean? I'm all about making good music. That's what I want to do. So we gotta make sure that we stay on time. I mean, stay on point. You know what I mean? We got to make sure that one another stays on point. Let me see. What would you think about an artist that had it sent like a E? Well, here's the thing, bro. You can go through E-Master, but you got to make sure that it's properly mixed first. Mixing and mastering are two different components, right? You get the song recorded properly first and foremost, then you get it properly mixed by an engineer. You know, I'm a producer. You know, I'd rather get it mixed by a producer because a producer gonna put the sauce on it if you catch my drift. You know what I mean? But once you have a song that's properly recorded and properly mixed, then you can go to E-Master and get it mastered. They gonna, you know what I mean? They'll make sure it comes out the speakers right, but you got to get it mixed and you got to get it recorded and mixed properly first before you go to E-Master, because they don't do mixing, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah. Marley Mar, Sunday should be a go, bro. Sunday should be a go. As long as it's before 6, we can make that work. You know what I mean? I'll hit you up after the live chat about that. You know what I mean? Once I check the books, I don't think there's anything going on Sunday. So if we can get in early Sunday, that'll work. That'll definitely work, bro. That's true. I could do better. Thanks. I'm going back to the lab. No doubt, Daniel. That's what we're here for, man. That's what we're here for. You know what I mean? That's what we're here for. It's much love, yo. I want to make sure everybody's doing their thing. You got to do your thing. So when you hear these songs out here that just sound amazing, don't continue not trying to make amazing music. If you hear a song that sounds amazing, you need to try to make amazing music too. I'm not telling you to copy them. You can have a whole different style. Your style could be totally different, but your quality, if your quality isn't up to par with what you're hearing from another artist, if your mix, if your beats, whatever the case may be, recording artists know these things. You know what I mean? A recording artist can tell the difference between a fire mix and master or a low quality mix and master. They can tell the difference between a dope studio and maybe, I need to change studios. You know what I mean? Doesn't it cause for a much clearer sound? See, here's the thing about doubles. You know what I mean? SB was good with you. Here's the thing about doubles. Doubles is like, it's kind of like dated, bro. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people who still love to do like 3 and 4 doubles. I don't even use them, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So I know people may be upset at me, but they're always satisfied with the sound. Nobody doubles anymore, bro. Nobody doubles. Go to a song on the radio right now. Nobody is doubling. The last person to successfully do doubles probably was Jeezy, bro. You know what I mean? Jeezy doubles, but it works for him. It's a Jeezy sound. But nobody's doubling. Wayne ain't doubling his verses. He never used to double his verses. Ross never used to double his verses. Nobody. It was fading in that era. You know what I mean? It was fading in that era. So nowadays, in the new era of music, doubles are not necessary. Migos ain't out here doubling their music. There's nobody doubling right now, bro. It just ain't the thing to do. Psychologically, when you think about it, when I'm talking to you right now, you hear one person, don't you? You know what I mean? So it's only natural that hearing one voice up front and personal in the music spectrum, that would be more effective than you hearing doubles like 6 different people. It's honestly kind of aggravating, especially when it's not mixed right. People just ain't doing doubles, yo. And if they do, those doubles are turned down so low that you have to really focus or really have an ear to hear them. You know what I mean? You got to really have an ear to hear them. Think about this too. The records that are on the number one on the billboards right now, top 10, they not doubling, yo. They not doubling like that. So why put more work on yourself? You feel me? Track outs. Actually, track outs are right on point, bro. Track outs are right on the money. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. If you get a beat, right, you got different levels. If you get the MP3 lease on a beat, mind you, if you record with me here off of my beats, I automatically just use the wave file anyway, because you know it's just gonna get a better sound. The MP3 file is slightly compressed, but not a whole lot, so the quality may be jeopardized. Not a lot, and you can still make dope music with it. But if you get the wave file, it's uncompressed, you're going to get a better mix. You know what I mean? So recording artists need to know this kind of stuff too. So the chain goes MP3, basic sound, you get a decent sound. Wave file, you get a more open sound and a better mix. Track outs, here's what track outs are. If you buy a beat from me and you get the track outs, I will send you every end of. You feel me? You can control the record. Rather, only thing that you will have control over with your wave and MP3s are your vocals. You have to make your vocals fit inside the beat. You feel what I'm saying? But your track out files, you can fit the beat around the vocals. Say if you want the main sound in the beat to be right up under, you can turn that up and turn it down. If you want the bass line to be harder, you can turn that up and compress it or limit it and get it to a nice point in the mix. You can turn the snares up, turn those down, the hi-hats. It's all individual. So you have more creative control over your mix. You know what I mean? You honestly, if you're trying to make hit records, I would say that track out files would be your best bet. However, I'm not saying that you can't make hit records with wave files or MP3s. You know what I mean? I am not telling you that, but I am telling you that if you have the track out files to a beat, you will most definitely get a better mix than somebody who does have the wave or MP3. You definitely will with the right engineer, of course. You know what I mean? But track out files are just like they're next level anyway. They're next level anyway. So if you have a quality studio that you go to, you got quality track out files, or you got the track out files to the beat, and you make sure that your craft when recording is up to par, you just might get a hit record. You know what I mean? You just might get a hit record, bro. You know? And I'm gonna tell you why. Producers on YouTube cannot mix, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm not just them. Independent producers, period, cannot mix. There is a very small portion of the community of producers out here that know how to mix. There's a very small portion of the community of producers that know how to mix. So even if you do buy their MP3s or their wave leases, you still getting a trash mix. You feel what I'm saying? You still getting a trash mix, so you can have the highest quality trash mix that you want. You cannot polish a turd. You know what I mean? You can't polish a turd. So when keep that in mind when you guys are buying beats. Make sure that you listen for the mix. Make sure it's not too loud. Make sure it's not muddy. Make sure that the bass and everything has a balance about it. Make sure you're just not buying trash, bro. You know what I mean? Because if you do, then you're going to have to spend more money to buy the track outs from. If you're going to buy a beat with a bad mix, you got to buy the track outs anyway. You know what I mean? If you're going to buy a beat that doesn't have a good mix, you cannot record on the wave file or the MP3 and expect anything good to come of it. You know what I mean? So certain beats, you got to get the track out. You have to, because the producer does not know how to mix. Track outs split the files up individually and they allow somebody else to mix it who has that capacity or has that capability of properly mixing. You know what I mean? So that's why your track outs are going to be more valuable than your WAV file and your MP3 for your beats. Very important information, though. Very important information. You got to know this stuff, man. You got to know this stuff. It's so important to know what you're buying or what you're getting when you buy beats. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes. Some tracks don't call for so many ad libs as well. I feel like people try to over decorate their verses with too many ad libs. Oh yeah. SB, you right, bro. You right. I personally think that ad libs only need to go in places where you have a pause in the middle of the song. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, listen to any Migos song. If you listen to any Migos song, they never ad lib on top of their verses. They never ad lib over words. You know what I mean? They only ad lib in between spaces in the song. You know what I mean? They only ad lib in between spaces in the song. So you can go boom, boom. They're not ad libbing on top of the music. How can you hear two people at the same time? You know what I mean? How can you hear two people at the same time? I don't care what kind of quality you got. Your brain can't process that. It can't process somebody screaming over the words. And then you got the nerve to ask the engineer, can you clean that up for me? Can you clean that up? No, bro, it's not possible. You know what I mean? It's not possible. So some of the music that you guys hear, and you may think, yo, this joint is trash. Yo, this joint is garbage. But pay attention to the production. Pay attention to the production and how they record. You know what I mean? You can't polish a turd. I don't do ad libs. Well, you know, ad libs aren't necessary, but for the people who do ad libs, though, you don't have to ad lib on top of your vocals. You shouldn't be doing that in the first place. You know what I mean? Your ad libs go in between spaces where there are no vocals present. That's how you get better ad libs. You know what I mean? I always hear about people getting mad at engineers because they don't mix your music how they mix somebody else's music. Maybe you just don't know how to record, bro. Maybe you just don't know how to record. Maybe you put your ad libs all over and you do 3 sets of ad libs and you expect somebody to actually mix it. You know what I mean? I'm just be honest with you right now. If you do that here, just know for a fact, I don't use all 3 of them. I only use 1. Let's get real, bro. Let's get real, man. You can't do that, bro. You expect somebody to hear this, that, and that. Then you got to hear your main vocal. Come on, bro. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. Ain't nobody finna. Who's actually trying to hear what the ad libs are saying anyway? You know what I mean? I don't care to decipher your song. Oh, I wonder how he did this. Hey, I wonder how he did this. Woo. They just sounds, bro. They just sounds. You might as well consider them instruments, yo. Don't nobody care about ad libs like that. You feel me? Not to the point where you got to have 3 and 4 different sets. You feel me? You wasting time in the studio is what you're doing. But I digress. That's not to say that you don't go back and replace okay ad libs with better ones. You know what I mean? If you hear a certain ad lib that you think you could have done better on, yeah, go back and punch that in and do a better ad lib. But don't just do another track, bro. The song is already full enough. The song is already full enough. Why are you doing 3 and 4 different sets of ad libs? That right there lets me know that you're not a recording artist that has experience. You know what I mean? A recording artist needs to be able to hear what a song needs. You got to be able to hear what a song needs, and you got to be able to hear what it doesn't need. You know what I mean? So if you just out here, oh, let me do another tape. Let me do another tape. Let me get another one. Let me get another one. Let me do another one. Let me do another one. I'm not using all those, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not using all of those. I'm not using all of those. I'm only going to use one lead vocal, and I may use a double, but I'm going to turn it down so low that it's just ambience. It's ambience. It's not meant to be double. It's just ambience. I'm going to use one ad lib, and I can comp it. I'll use the best one out of each tape, but I'm not about to use all three of them. You know what I mean? And if it calls for it, if the beat is very subtle, or if you got track outs to where we can make it work, I just might pan 2 ad libs. You know what I mean? I just might put this one over here and put this one over there, but turn this one down a little bit. But we just not about to pack all of this stuff up here and think that it's about to work. You know what I mean? We ain't doing that, bro. So I bring it back to the fact that you need to become a better recording artist. You need to know how to record. You know what I mean? All that one take, you don't got to do that. No, you don't got to do that. All that wasting an hour on trying to get the perfect one take. You don't got to do that, bro. I don't use it anyway. You know what I mean? What I do, the parts that you mess up on, or the parts where you got some salvageable takes, I end up competent anyway. So what you get by the time that you're done, you don't even get your one take that you think you got. You're not as good as you think you are. I ended up taking the best parts out of each part, each take that you did, and you got a composite verse. You know what I mean? You got a composite verse. So kill all of that, bro. Stop wasting time and stop wasting your money. You know what I mean? When you come to the studio, get a good tape. You can get another tape, or you can punch in and fix the parts that need to be fixed, or you can, honestly, that's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. And are ad libs like that just to hype people up? Or the purpose? Yeah, ad libs are meant to add excitement to songs that need excitement. You don't have to ad lib. Now, also, good point, Destiny. That's another good point. You don't have to ad lib. You know what I mean? Honestly, I'm hearing a lot of artists not doing a whole lot of ad libs these days too. You know what I mean? So switch it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Switch it up and add different styles to your music. You don't got to ad lib every song. You don't got to ad lib every song just because that's what everybody's doing. Some of your songs may be fire enough without ad libs, but you got to go and mess it up because you want to put a whoop. You know what I mean? Or you think that's what's hot. You feel me? Become a better recording artist. You got to be able to hear these things, yo. Becoming a better recording artist means becoming a better musician all over, but you developing your ear. You know what I mean? You developing your ear. What's another approach or another thing that I notice people doing? Okay, here's another one too. Consider this a recording, right? If you're recording and you have a point in your song where you have no choice but to say 2 words at the same time, I run into this a lot. Some artists will try to fit both of those words in there and act like it didn't happen. You know what I mean? Some artists will try to fit both of those words in there and act like it didn't happen. Like if you get to a point in your song where you got this word that you got to say, but you also got another one that comes right up under it, I don't know how the hell you do it. But you feel me? Somehow, some way, you figure out a way to be at 2 places at one point in time. You try to say both of them. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Record the first one first and go back up under it, and then you continue punching. You feel me? These are the things that make an artist professionally recording artists. You know what I mean? These are what make recording artists professional. Knowing when you got to stop and punch in up under so you can get everything out clear. You feel me? Knowing when you need to punch and stop and punch in again so you can get everything out clear. Quantity over quality? Oh, you mean quality over quantity? Real bar is going to stand for itself. Facts. I be telling you to cut some of my, yeah, you got to, man. You got to. It's making a conscious decision to make better music. Ad libs are like seasoning. You know what I mean? Ad-libs are like seasoning. You can't be born with seasoning. You feel me? No, I'm just joking, man. I'm being silly. But ad-libs are a season or a spice that are meant to enhance your music. You know what I mean? They're not a necessity. They're not necessary in every song. But if you have a song that feels naked, especially, you know, of course, when your lead vocals are performing, you don't need ad-libs on top of those. But you may have points in between all of your lead vocals, and they may be dry or they may be empty. You can place ad-libs in between it in order to spice it up a little bit, so your audience doesn't get bored or get tired of hearing just your lead vocals if it's that kind of song. You know what I mean? If you got a song that's lit, then you probably need ad-libs. But that's not to say that you're supposed to ad-lib on top of your vocals, especially if you're trying to say something, yo. If you got verses that have a message, you don't need to be screaming all on top of it. You can scream in between. Ad-libs are meant to go in between, bro. You know what I mean? Ad-libs are meant to go in between. DC was good with you, bro. Much love, man. Much love, my dog. I was trying to say that as a mistake. I see a lot. Oh, yeah. Facts. They do quantity over quality, bro. You know what I mean? They do quantity over quality. That's not the way to go. It's not the way to go. What do you always... That was a nice topic, right? You feel me? That was a nice topic, man. It's a seasoning. Your ad-libs are a seasoning. So you don't want to over season. You know what I mean? You don't want to put too much salt on anything or too much sauce on anything. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know where it needs to be seasoned at, so people can enjoy it. You know what I mean? You got to know where to season at so people can actually enjoy the music. But if it's too packed with ad-libs or too packed with everything else, you know what I mean? Yeah, facts, man. Facts. That's just how it got to be. Like I told you guys, like every live chat, we're going to come with something. You know what I mean? We just going to come out of nowhere. We're going to continue to get better with these topics. And if you guys got any topics that you want to talk about, you can always inbox me and let me know something too. You know what I mean? I know my inbox is crazy and I don't get to them on a timely manner all the time, but you know, bear with me, man. Bear with me. One of these days, we just might have to hire somebody to handle all of that. I had somebody actually, but you know, I don't know. It's kind of difficult. You just can't put somebody in your shoes and expect them to get it perfect or get it right. You know what I mean? So it takes time. But yeah, man, I gotta keep going back to the topic, to the main topic of the video. Become a better recording artist. You know what I mean? Become a better recording artist. None of your fans are going to see your process on the inside to know, oh, he didn't one take that. Oh, he didn't do the ad-libs in one take. Oh, he didn't go all the way through without stopping. He didn't do it off the head. So if you got to write too. You know what I mean? Whatever it takes to get a hit record is what you need to be doing. Whatever it takes to get a dope record. You don't need to be caring about what other people may think. Oh, they gonna know I didn't one take it. They gonna know I didn't. They gonna know I had to stop and think about, not think about my ad-libs, because that's ridiculous too. I don't think you need to be like in deep thought about what your ad-libs are going to be. That's dumbfounded. You just don't need to do it. You know what I mean? Ad-libs help, but ultimately you cannot save a trash verse. If it's not a good verse, you need to focus on the verse. You know what I mean? So if you do that, you will realize you don't got to put ad-libs all on top of it, because people can hear you and they want to hear what you're saying. You know what I mean? So don't think about whatever you think people are going to say about you being a professional and recording your music the right way. They don't care, bro. They just want to hear the good music at the end. You know what I mean? They want to hear the finished product. They want to hear the end where they can say, yo, I've been riding that junk earlier. You know what I mean? Oh, you know about such and such. You know what I mean? You know about Southern Biscuit? Word, bro. I've been listening to him earlier. You know what I mean? I've been listening to him earlier, bro. He fired. You feel me? Because SB he has like by far one of the most intuitive recording methods that I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Shout out to SB for that, bro. Like I tell you that every time, though. You know what I mean? The way that you record, definitely make sure that everything is clean. You feel me? Only way I think is become better and market smarter and get my money for sure. That's cool too. You know what I mean? Of course. But when you got the product right, think about it like this. Think about it like this, yo. If you bought toilet paper and it was like mushy, you know what I mean? It was mushy. It didn't come on. It didn't have a little cardboard in between. It was just like a piece of toilet paper, and it was wet. You know what I mean? Moist from the inside of the pack. You know what I mean? And you actually had to take it home and use it. You probably wouldn't use that same brand again, right, my G? You probably wouldn't use that same brand. As a matter of fact, you would probably go out of your way to make sure that people knew how terrible that toilet paper brand was. So think about that with your music. You know what I mean? If your music is trash, you think people ain't gonna go out their way to say, yo, this dude is whack, bro. This dude is trash. Don't listen to this. You know what I mean? I tried out the product and I'm not satisfied. Oh yeah, quality is best. You know what I mean? But if you got that Charmin, bro, you know what I mean? That Charmin with the bear on the front, sticking his middle finger, sticking his thumbs up to you, like, yeah, buy me. You know what I mean? Buy me. I got you, bro. You know what I mean? Next time you use toilet paper, I got you. You feel me? We got it packaged up nice and everything. We got commercials out. We got all of that going on. So the next time you use that brand, you're going to keep on coming back. You're going to keep on coming back. You're going to keep on coming back, and you're going to tell everybody about it. You know what I mean? Which is weird if you telling everybody about your toilet paper options or choices. That's weird, but you're going to tell them anyway because you happy that you got a good product. You feel what I'm saying? You are happy and satisfied that you got a good product. So keep that in mind with your music. And if you want to make better music, become a better recording artist. If you want to make better music, become a better recording artist. We don't want to treat value. Pharaoh, explain that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he said we don't want great value. You know what I mean? I'm not speaking on that because you never know. You may see me with a sponsorship for Walmart like one of these days. You just might see it. You know what I mean? I'll sponsor for Walmart great value toilet tissue. I'll do it. You feel me? But I will say this. I will agree with you here. We don't want products that are not up to par. You know what I mean? We don't want products that are not up to par. So your music, you got to record it at a quality studio. You have to make sure that you as the artist record it right. You know what I mean? You got to make sure that you as the artist record the music properly. Punch in, comp, fixing your ad libs and doing all of that. I need to come up with terms for all of these things. You know what I mean? Because it hit me that just now, just this very moment, it hit me that I'm not up to par with the terms. You know what I mean? I can only say punch in or comp in right now, but it's so many different terms for it. You know what I mean? So fix your music. Fix it up before you leave the studio. If you got 20 minutes left and you got the first song recorded, don't go to the next song. Stay on that one and make sure that it's a hit. Make sure it's a hit, or else you just don't really believe in your music like that. You know what I mean? You're just trying to catch the wave. You want people to hear this mixtape before what? You know what I mean? Uh-oh. You want people to hear this mixtape before, I don't know, before a certain day? Who cares, bro? Who cares if you got to push it back? Who cares if you got to push the product back to make sure that it's up to par? You know what I mean? Or beyond satisfactory. Who cares, man? You know what I mean? Nobody cares, bro. Make sure that your product is up to par. Make sure it's up to par. After you do that, get it properly mixed. You know what I mean? Get it properly mixed and then get it properly mastered and put your product up the right way. That takes time and experience, rehearsing music and time management and dedication. Quality over quality. Facts. KJ, you right, bro. You right. I'm trying to tell them, yo. I'm trying to tell them, like, don't spend your time in the studio only getting half work done. You know what I mean? Instagram, we about to log off. You know, Instagram only gives me like an hour, but appreciate you guys for coming through, man. Follow my page, set it to see first. Every Sunday at 6 p.m. we do this. Much love to you guys, man. You know what I mean? You got to make sure we got an outro for Instagram, man. We got to make sure we got an outro for Instagram. But yeah, man, like, you owe it to yourselves, bro. Thanks. I recorded like 25 songs for a mixtape, but only going to use 6 of them. You know what I mean? That's a lot of money to put in to music. I know people who recorded like hundreds of songs here, hundreds of songs, and never released any of them. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. It don't hit the same if you don't get it right the first time. Sometimes it does. If you put your all into the song when you first come there, then yeah, you're going to say, I'm going to come back and finish that. But if you play around with it the first time that you recorded it, you ain't going to feel the same about it when you leave the studio. You know what I mean? So put your time into that song. You know what I mean? I personally feel like every studio session needs to be focused on one song. That's what I feel like anyway. You know what I mean? I feel like if you got an hour and you can get that song recorded in like 20 minutes, like 20 minutes, that's cool. That's actually great time. I've seen people get songs recorded in 15 minutes. If you can do that for the rest of those 45 minutes, you need to be going over your songs, making sure that everything is up to par, making sure that everything is in place, making sure that your ad libs are right. You know what I mean? Making sure that your lead vocals, your main vocals are clear, making sure that your words are clear. Be clear. You know what I mean? Making sure that you ain't running off of the beat, making sure that you ain't trying to keep up with the beat at any point, making sure that you ain't fumbling, making sure that you ain't fumbling over your words, making sure that everything is clear. All right? That'll probably take you another 10 minutes. You feel me? Honestly, that'll probably take you another 10 minutes to clean all of that up if you're doing it right. You feel me? You play the song through once and just go back at every point. Stop that. Let me fix that right there. Go on to the next. Let me fix that right there. Boom. Go on to the next. Let me fix that right there. You finish with your cleaning up. You know what I mean? Now you got the rest of the time. You got the rest of the time to get a fire mix on the song. You feel me? And when you leave the studio, you set. All you got to do is get the song mastered. You feel me? All you got to do is get it mastered now. What all you need to master a song? Well, if you approach your songs by getting them properly recorded and properly mixed in that first session, all you'll need is that wave file. The wave file is recommended. You know what I mean? All you need is that wave file. You need the wave file that is properly mixed. That's what you call a post mix. You need the post mix of your wave files. But here's the thing about mastering. Burping, man. Excuse me. Here's the thing about mastering. You got to make sure that everything is how you want it before you send it off to get mastered. Because fixing up words and stuff, that does not take place in the mastering stage. You know what I mean? Mastering is the final stage. So before then, that's why I say go to the studio, clean it up, make sure that all the words are clear, and make sure that everything is how you envisioned it. Because mastering only enhances what is already there. It does not add anything new. It doesn't add anything that you didn't know was going to be there. Mastering can only enhance what you already put there. You know what I mean? So with that being said, all that you need for a proper master is the post mix in a wave file, because you know wave files are uncompressed and you'll get a cleaner sound when you send that wave file out. You feel me? So you know that might be a thing too. Some of you guys may want to start bringing flash drives to the studio so you can get your wave files in a flash drive, because you can't send those through email. They're too big. You know what I mean? They're too big. We've gotten in the habit of receiving the songs through MP3 because, you know, it's quick. We can get it easy. That's cool. But at the same time, when you want to get the song mastered, you don't got the wave files, and now you can't get it right away. You got to wait for the engineer to send it. So it may not be a bad idea. It's actually an excellent idea for you guys to invest in flash drives and get your WAV file. It's an individual WAV file of your mixed record. You know what I mean? It has to be mixed though. So it ain't no need for you to get it if it's not mixed. It ain't no need for you to get it if you got 6 songs done in an hour and you didn't get any of them mixed. Take that MP3 file and go on about your business and do what you do, because you can't get those mastered. You know what I mean? A lot of artists need to hear this. I know some just record it. Expect me to fix all moving parts on the vocal and copy and paste because they too lazy to fix it. Facts, man, facts. Mixing is to mix down good performance. If you're an engineer, fixing more than you mixing is not going to come out exactly. You know what I mean? Artists have to be aware of this. The master is trash without a good mix, and the mix is trash if the performance isn't good. It starts with the artist. You hit it up. You hit it right on the head, bro. You hit it right on the head. You know what I mean? Like I've gone through that with so many artists. Like it just, you know what I mean? I get to the point where I'm like, hey, you can tell where an artist is serious, or you can tell when an artist is just doing this because they got the money to come to the studio today. Like, you know what I mean? You can gauge it. You can kind of gauge it a little bit. You know what I mean? So I've positioned myself to where I'm only dealing with serious artists at the moment. You know what I mean? Artists who can accept constructive criticism and who want to do better with their careers. You feel me? But that's just how I got to go. You as an artist got to perform the song properly so we can get a good mix on it. You know what I mean? You cannot polish a turd. What example was that? I'm not sure. I'm sorry for YouTube, man. Matter of fact, let me move the camera over because I forget about it because I can't see it. You know what I mean? I forget about it because I can't see it. But yeah, you got to perform the songs properly. You know what I mean? You got to make sure your music is recorded properly. I mean, on the artist end, so the engineer or the producer can do what they do with it. You feel me? That's just what got to be done. That's just what got to be done. I would hope that you guys would go back and look at this again because this is a very important one. You know what I mean? Like I feel like this one is it's the most as far as things that we normally talk about, this is the most diversified because it's not about marketing, it's not about branding. This is about artistry, period. You know what I mean? And we go into we went into detail, and you already know I'm gonna be chopping this up into little 3-minute or 2-minute YouTube videos for you guys as well. So be on the lookout for those too. I might be in need of an editor. You know what I mean? I'm paying and everything. You already know that. But hey, doing what I do on a daily and trying to edit videos at the same time, it is a lot. It's a lot. You know what I mean? You got to focus on beats, live chat material. You got to mix. You got to master. You got to consult. You got to go out business meetings. You got to do all of this stuff, man. Traveling. So if you guys know any video editors that, you know what I mean, that do things for YouTube, let me know. You know what I mean? Let me know. Link me up with them, and we can make that work. You feel me? We can make that work. But with that being said, anybody got any more questions before we do rise up out of here? Anybody got any more questions before we get up out of here? And I got guitar practice, that too. You know what I mean? I'm getting fired too. I'm getting so fired this guitar, man. Give me like 3 more days and I'll be like Jimi Hendrix. Every artist watches as the exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly. Bro, I'm gonna tell you like this, right? I'm gonna tell you like this. People gonna be really mad, right? Because the way I see it, if there's 1 or 2 artists, maybe 3 artists that take the information from this live chat and go on to become mainstream artists, here's what I'm gonna do. The minute that happens, I am going to make everything that I posted private. I'm going to package it up into an audio disc, and now you got to pay. You got to pay to play now. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes. That's what I'm gonna do, because you just can't have it out like that now, because of course people gonna try to do it because they seen it work. You gotta have faith before it works. You know what I mean? You gotta have faith before it works for somebody, because at that point, boom, everybody gonna try it, and now it's gonna be watered down, and it's not going to be as effective. So you got to do that. You got to pull it off the market, and you got to charge for it. So with that being said, get it while it's free or pay the fee. Get it while it's free or pay the fee. You feel me? Thank you all the great info. Oh, it's my boss. More experience in the studio. I'm going to learn as much as I can succeed. Much love, Ty. Appreciate you for coming through, bro. Appreciate you for coming through, bro. That's why we do this. You know what I mean? We do this so that independent artists can get to that next level, no matter what that next level may be for you. Some people never recorded before. Some people never put out any music, or some people are tired of putting out music without great results. You know what I mean? No matter where you are in your career, the live chat is for you, and we always going to be down to assist any artist that's willing to listen. You know what I mean? So much love to you guys, man. Much love to everybody who makes this possible. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be possible without you guys, because I ain't about to sit up here and talk to myself. I know it already. You know what I mean? I'm not a know-it-all, but I know enough. You know what I mean? I know enough, and I'm learning every day too. So, you know, we all on the same accord with this thing. Faith without work is dead. Jay picked up learning the keyboard, man. We need to get up soon. No doubt, no doubt. Holler at me, bro. Just holler at me. You already know, man. You know what I'm saying? We in the same spot, bro. We in the same area. It's only right. You know what I mean? It's only right, bro. Bro, what's good with you, man? You came in at the end of the live chat, bro. we about to rise up out of here, man. But keep in mind, we do this every Sunday at 6 p.m. So definitely don't miss out on the next one. You know what I mean? I like to keep them down to a nice length so we can cut it up and use the content on YouTube and stuff. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, man. We win it. We try to go in every day though. You know what I mean? But nah, much love to you guys, man. I love you guys, man. Appreciate you guys. If you're going anywhere tonight, be safe on the road. If not, be safe in your homes and everything as well. Spread the love. It's all love, baby. It's all love. I'll see you guys next weekend, Sunday at 6 p.m. Yeah.